with the tail that's going in.
Yeah,
And, it may be time to,
my
when they
brother,
go back in, maybe it'll be time to start flooding their inboxes with letters about your case to get them to reopen it.
trust me, I've tried. It sucks.
I know. I'll
I,
be
I,
glad
I
to
I can't
try to
even
help you.
I can't even talk about politics because of the fact that our family's military.
Right.
Like my brother.
Your brother, I didn't know he was military. Is he in the military now?
No, the reason why he's in so much pain is because of what they did to him.
To what happened?
That's for him to talk about. That's for him to say what he went through.
Okay. Okay. I understand.
He, I will say this: he's been through hell and back.
Yeah.
Um, my brother, I have not just one, but I have 8 boys in the family, and our family's been through. I can tell you this: our family's been through hell and back. We've been swatted, targeted, harassed, bullied, threatened, stalked, pew-pewed by people on TikTok.
Yeah, and that's the reason I've tried to be very, just very vague, like in open conversation. Um,
I can't. He won't even come back. I'm literally sending him a request. I told him, I'm like, you get your happy ass back up on TikTok.
and I'm even very, like, I don't do, this
Yeah,
is
I
the
mean, like,
line that
this
I
is
have accepted, and
this is the first night I've gone live because of the whole situation that happened, and I was a victim.
what situation
The people that went after our family,
with,
that was having our house swatted and targeted and harassed and pew-pewed, and we
but
had
for
not
what? Like, why did that start? Why did they?
because
I'm sorry. I'm just now catching up. I'm one that I stay to myself. I don't mess with anybody. I don't. And a lot of that has to
they
do with
don't
medical.
because they don't like the fact that my family's military. My family's been called baby unalivers. We've been called
By the
yes.
liberals.
We've been called stolen valor. We've been called a lot of names. We've had our house pew-pewed. We've had
Is
our
it
house
because of
swatted.
liberals? I mean, is it people on TikTok?
Yes, and that's not just on TikTok. They're on Reddit.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry. That's another reason why I'm extremely careful of anything that I type or I say
Yeah,
in the open forum.
and Natasha, I'll tell you this: there's this group has grown by the millions and the trillions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm so sorry, love.
and I can tell you this: my so when our house got pew-pewed because it was people driving by and they found out my house address.
How did they find out your address and everything?
Hacking
Oh.
IP addresses.
Hmm.
I had to get a new phone.
I have and I've had it forever. I have an IP scrambler.
Yeah, I can tell you this. I have contacts on TikTok and off TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I will send you them. I have them on my computer. I will send you. And my brother has them. We've got family in Feds, DHS, CIA.
it's just sad to
Yeah.
know that people
And the people that are doing it, and the people that are
are
doing it,
evil.
yeah, and the people that are doing it, I'll say this is that my because my window faces the street, so
Hmm.
my wall next to my window has holes.
Oh my god. And the
And
police won't do anything?
no, because they're in on this group.
What vicinity do you reside? Don't tell me where, just
I'm in.
like
I
in
live.
this, what state?
So I live near a military base in uh
In where, baby?
New Jersey.
New Jersey. Okay. No,
Yeah,
your brother don't live in New Jersey, does he?
he's in Virginia.
Oh, he's still a hot skip and a minute away from me then.
Yeah, he's in Virginia. He lives with my grandparents,
Yeah.
and they won't even
I
do
was,
anything. They won't do anything to help him. I will tell you this: they don't give a rat's ass about their grandkids.
uh, yeah,
My
for
gra-
whatever reason I thought he was closer. I guess because of with
no,
all
he,
the
no.
WNC, like all the things that they have been doing to try to help.
Yeah, no.
Um,
He and our church went down to help, and
mm,
I tried to go down with him to help, but he kept saying no. This is not the place to be going because you'll end up getting harmed.
getting
Um,
harmed from going down there.
a lot of search. I can tell you this: a lot of search and rescue teams got harmed. A lot of them were getting pew pewed and
Oh yeah,
threatened.
yeah, yeah, yeah. For helping them.
Hmm.
Isn't that sick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and guess what? The National Guard helicopters we're getting pew pewed.
Ugh. There's so much corruption. And here's another thing, too, is the state of North Carolina, their governor is in on it.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this. So there's a woman that whistleblowed for FEMA. So
Hmm.
guess what's really in North Carolina, in Greensboro, bro, in the mountains.
The lithium mine?
So there is uranium
Yep.
and lithium, and
Yep.
that's what Vladimir Putin wants.
Right.
And Natasha, I will tell you this, and this stays between us, but
Can anybody see us?
other people can't. I would say this. So this past
They
summer,
cannot or they can.
this,
Can other people see the live that we're
yes,
on?
yes, because it goes worldwide. This app
Okay,
is
well,
open.
then just be careful because I want you to keep yourself safe.
Yeah. So I will say this. So this past summer, Trump took a picture in France with Vladimir Putin, Kim Jong Un, the president of
Right.
China,
Yeah.
and the president of Iran.
Mm-hmm.
And did you know that civilians are paying for everything that he does?
Everything that who does.
Trump and our command and every single president that we have in the White House,
Mm-hmm.
we're paying for their entertainment, their trips,
Well, yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
and we never get refunded.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. That's just one of those unfortunate things. However, I do understand it to a level.
By the way, Natasha, you should come. You should come join our Snapchat group. My grandpa, who's a veteran,
Yeah.
you'll like him. Seriously, come join our Snapchat group. You'll get along appropriately with him. You can sit, laugh, giggle with him. You can um
But you know what I was gonna say is like, I mean that's been since the beginning of time, you know, and I can understand a lot of why it comes, you know, it trickles down on the
Yeah.
American people because our president is supposed to keep us safe.
Yeah,
You know,
but
he's supposed to do the things for us to make our life better, to make our country better. And in doing that, his job is truly 24/7.
you
So,
wanna know something is, did you know that Trump has 22 golf courses in my state?
oh yeah, he listen. But no, I like Trump. Do I agree with everything he does? Absolutely not. Um,
Did you hear what he's gonna do about the VA and the Constitution?
which one?
Trump had a press briefing today, and let's just say he said some really horrible things about veterans.
Much out of context, not just for just Trump. I honestly think it's this is going to sound sad or bad, but I I honest to goodness believe that reporters, you know,
Mm-hmm.
these groups, whether they are a liberal, Democrat, or Republican, if a Republican is going to office and they're Democrat or liberal, I truly believe that they take little portions of interviews and stuff and they patch it together to make it seem so much worse than what it is, and vice versa. And that's not just Trump. That is, I, I put that to every person in a government position.
But you know the sad thing is, guess what? His son, his son is running Trump Towers, is running everything,
Mm-hmm.
and his son went to school out in my state,
Mm-hmm.
and his son did some horrible things in my state.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
And
it's never
you
held.
know, and that's the unfortunate thing, but if you look back over history on time, there's never been that I know of, there's never been a politician and I don't know why, maybe when they get that position it gives them a big head and they do things that they normally may have not done. But every political person, even though they say they're not going to, they end up doing something that is beneficial for them, not caring who it hurts in the process, as long
Exactly.
as it benefits their mission.
But
And that's not just to one person. That is, honest to goodness, that is every politician I have ever run across.
and get this. Did you know that um he did some horrible things at Miss USA, the pageant,
I heard about that. I heard about that. Um,
and it was little girls. It was
um, but I also heard, um, that that a lot of that was misconstrued. That's the thing. Like when I dig down a rabbit hole, I dig and I dig and I dig and I dig until
But check this out,
normally.
Natasha. Check this out.
Okay. I'm still with her. If you haven't gotten your blue bracelet yet, please consider supporting this beautiful lady TikTok shop.
So
Okay.
there's going to be a massive rally protest in December, not December, in January,
Uh,
and it's not going to be like J6. It's going to be a peaceful thing, and you should come march. It's for women's rights
Where is it, honey?
in DC.
Oh, uh, well, with my medical, I highly doubt I would be able to do that.
My brother's going. We're having him.
Oh.
We're having him brought in by Halo
Yeah. Um, when did you say it was?
in January.
Yeah. Okay, so I have to have a total knee replacement. I have cancer.
Ouch.
Yeah. So I have cancer, so they have to take that out, and I have to have, all the components, and I have to have the total knee replacement, and then I have to get, of course, all the treatments for that. I also have to have in my shoulder, they thought that it was a rotary cuff tear, and it is, but the reason it is because, again, the cancer has eaten that cartilage in that muscle and tissue, so they're gonna have to go in and treat that, and then I guess put pins and stuff in it.
Natasha, by the way, you should. There's a really, 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 really good cancer place in my state, in New Jersey. It's called Hackensack Meridian. It's one of the best hospitals in the country.
I'm in with John Hopkins, and I'm also in with Emory.
Wait, Emory
that's why
University?
I was trying, huh?
Emory University.
Uh-huh.
I have a friend that's on. My brother and me have a friend that's on the EMS.
Yeah, in Georgia.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's got brown, short hair, skinny. He's kind of goofy.
Nothing wrong with Goofy.
I love him to death. Except he's best friends with my brother. But I can tell you this is, they are the world's best EMS. The ones in Jersey can go suck a dick.
Yeah, I have. It's taken me a long time. That's the reason, I was telling your brother, I'm like, I'm so sorry. I know how doctors can be.
Yeah.
And it took me a very, very, very long time to find my current doctor. I'm trying to, I don't want people to record this if it is, but I'll have to tell you.
DM it to me.
Huh? Yeah, I will. But
I would say this is that doctors gaslight patients. I've been gaslighted. I've been told, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with you." They gaslight my
I am the way. I am as in bad as shape as I am.
Guess what?
My pancreas is completely dead. They have to take out 3/4 of my intestines, reroute that, take out half of my liver, and they're gonna have to reroute all that. They'll have to take out 1/4 of my sphincter.
How are you still living?
By the grace of God.
I mean, I'm shell shocked. I mean,
yeah. And I try my best to not look sick. So when I go to a doctor's appointment, they're like, why are you here? And I'm like, if you'll look at my chart, you'll know. Like,
yeah, and I will say this is that when I went to the cardiologist today, he was old and he was shaking and twitching in front of me, in front of my brother, in front of my aunt, and I was like, not good.
yeah. So I'm actually double insured because I had to. I raised my son by myself. My son turned 27 October 29th, He
Oh,
he
I hate October because
he will have his pilot license this in about a month. Um, but I had ovarian cancer when I was pregnant with my son,
wow.
and they tried to make me abort him, and I wouldn't. And they said, "You understand that that's a death sentence?"
I mean,
And
the
I
question,
said,
if he wants to get his pilot license, has he looked into going into the Air Force Academy?
"No, no." My son is 27. He has graduated college.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
but
and he looked at that, but I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is, you might not think well of me after I tell you this, but this is, you know, I don't have much family. Most are not good people,
well, I can tell you this,
and my son is all I've had.
I will tell you this. Um,
An abusive marriage with my son. When he was 4, I was going through chemo treatments, sick, couldn't work. And my ex-husband, his father, um,
sorry, there's something in here that's not
um,
who they are.
beat me to the point of unconsciousness, and he cut my throat, and he slung me in the dumpster to die. And by some miracle, I made it. And so from 4, it's been my son and myself.
Well, I will tell you this. I'm just saying, if he wants to get into the Air Force Academy and become a pilot and fly the big great planes, you would have way better insurance.
Yeah, he talked about it. But when, of course, during, I don't know if you're pro Biden or you're pro Trump or who, but when Biden was in office, I was terrified. I mean, he's still in there, but I was terrified that we were going to go World War III.
Guess what? You want me to tell you something that I found out today?
What?
So, because the fact that Vladimir Putin wants to have Trump unalived, and there was a video that got sent out by Russia and by Iran and by Hezbollah and other countries. Dale, can you hop in the box real quick? That's my best friend. I love him to death. Dale. This morning, I saw a video where because Trump and Biden and have pissed off Iran and Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong Un. The video is actually. Wait, can I pull it up on my feed? Please. No, I have it saved. Let's just say they want to start World War Three, World War Four.
Hold on. I'm getting my retainer. But like I said, he's all I've had. Like he's my whole world. So I talked him out of doing the Air Force.
Why?
Because I was terrified of war. And I do not, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Some people may not agree with me, but he's all I have. He's it. He's all I have. I do not want to lose my son. So call me selfish or whatever. Um, I mean, I'll help anybody, but I can't lose my son.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. We are at war with other countries.
Another reason that solidifies me not wanting my son to go into the military. I mean, I'm just being honest. My brother is military. Okay, my and I raised my brother as well. He's 7 years younger than me.
Here, Natasha. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you something.
Okay.
You see
You
that?
know.
Do you see that logo?
My brother was in the Marine Corps. Yep.
Did you?
Hoorah.
Yeah, and I lost family. I lost family between Iraq and Afghanistan.
Yes. My brother was in Iraqi war in Ramadi and Fallujah. 2 hot zones. Get it? IED. Lost 2 of his best friends, lost his commander in chief right in front of him. He had
Wow.
shrapnel in his. He had shrapnel in his brain, at the bottom of the brain stem, in his neck. It exploded 2 vertebrae. So he was in both Ramadi during elections, and he was in Fallujah during where they were going house to house.
Oh, they were clearing houses.
Yes. Yeah, he was
Wait,
in zones.
Natasha, look at that.
Look at it. um. So,
Y'all, y'all can't.
and listen, my family is full of military.
So, question. So,
Military. I believe the military. I support the military. Um, but I was just selfish with my son. And I mean, I'm honest about it. You know, some people get mad at me about that, but I don't know what else to say it. But
I will tell you this: don't tell my brother that you're. I mean, don't tell my brother that because automatically he will block you.
well, here's the thing. Like,
He is through and through. Like he is through.
no, it's like I am huge. I am a huge military supporter. Huge.
Good.
Um,
I mean, I will say this.
but the thing,
Like,
like I said, like, and my son had medical issues too. But yeah, I got a divorce in 2002. I was on life support. He literally cut my throat and threw me in a dumpster. Um,
wow.
Amongst other things. A lot of my family disowned me because he was rich, and my family was very materialistic. So they benefited for that. And so when I divorced, I was exiled. All I had was my son. My son was 3. My son is 27. I don't know if that brings
I mean, Natasha.
any perspective for you to see why. And it wasn't like I told my son, you cannot do it. I told my son, I'm worried that the world is at such unrest
It is still.
that you will leave and I will never see you again. and I wouldn't be able to live after that.
Well, I can tell you, Russia wants to go after us
I
right
know.
now.
Oh, there's a lot of them that want to go after us, but again, that's
I
you
mean,
know.
Natasha,
My my son's even talking about now, and it's just I don't like it, but I won't tell him not. You know, where he can do the contract, some of the um,
reality. Can you hop in?
some of the contract flight that will need to be done during the. I don't want to call it the war, but um,
Natasha, do you want me to tell you something?
go ahead.
Okay, so all of the wars that we've been to, Iraq, Afghanistan, Ramadi,
Yep,
Bagram.
yep. That's where my brother was.
I'm gonna tell you this: they were all lies. They were all lies for religion, oil, uranium, lithium,
Oh
poppy
yeah. I
seed.
mean, yeah, I know. I mean, you know, again, I raised my brother, so I was his beneficiary. I was on all the documents. I was when he goes to his therapy, especially in the beginning when he got out, because he's disabled from it. You know, his
I would tell you
PTSD
this.
is so bad.
I would tell you this.
Um,
Natasha,
but I did a lot.
so my dad's nephew, Aaron. He's got TikTok. He went to Iraq and he's seen shit. He's so fucked up in the head.
Yeah,
Now he works for the government.
yeah.
He does intelligence. But the thing is, he's so fucked up that um he's put his sister and his mom in the hospital. He had a drinking problem. Didn't tell anyone about it.
Yeah. See,
I mean, I will say this: if you go to Iraq, if you go to Afghanistan or Bagram or Fallujah or Ramadi or any of those places, you're gonna come back a completely different person. You're gonna come back a complete monster.
My brother did that on there. He was at both of them, by the way. Ramadi in elections and um, Fallujah, where they were, you know, we call it evacuations, where they were making, you know,
Yeah, that whole pullout.
yeah. You know, and I mean, I've been into the therapy with him to where he talks about how he had to shoot women carrying babies on their hips because they had a bomb on them. And he had to, you know, he had to shoot the bomb so the bomb wasn't, it didn't get close to, you know, to them to, what do they call it? It's where they attached the bombs to the back of the women and they carried babies or whatever just to mess with our heads, the soldiers' heads, and it did because you know my brother has nightmares. Just I mean, 2 weeks ago we barely got to him in time because he tried to commit suicide. I love himself.
Do you want to know something? Me and my brothers, we lost a family member who was in the Marine Corps to that this past October on the 4th.
I'm sorry.
He had TikTok.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna go to bed because I've been up since 3:30.
Oh I'm so sorry, honey. Yeah, I've got the flu. My pup needs